Watch Will Bullard take basketball to the next level by sinking a backflip from an incredible distance. Welcome to Zarpado. Don't forget to subscribe as we kick off with an hour of fun facts. World's largest Tesla light show took place in Finland, where 902 cars synchronized their lights in a stunning choreography. Organized by the Tesla Club Finland, the event took place at a racetrack in Espoo, near Helsinki. Each vehicle used its own lighting and sound system to create a coordinated display. This record surpassed previous events and showcased the technology's potential in the automotive industry. At the Museum of Washington, there's an exhibit that will test your nerves. If you touch the glass in front of the virtual shark, it will react in a terrifying way, launching itself at you with shocking realism. The illusion is so convincing that many visitors jump in fright, like this one who fell. Disco football is the perfect sport for those who love dancing and football equally. Scoring goals isn't enough here. You also have to move to the beat. If you stay still, you're out of the game. This original mix was born at Euro 2016 thanks to the Centre Pompidou and the Lorraine Ballet. Can you imagine the best footballers in the world trying it? This is Monami Ono, a Japanese artist who transforms old Amazon boxes into incredible sculptures. From animals to the iconic Millennium Falcon spacecraft, her creations have reached galleries in Japan and sell for over $11,000. From trash to treasure, literally. Vietnamese artist DP Art takes ambiguity to the next level, drawing the faces of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi at the same time. While one hand traces CR7's features, the other outlines the flea with millimeter precision. His talent has left football and art fans alike speechless. It's as if he has two brains working in sync. The first escalators in Cameroon became a real attraction, and a small challenge for many. For those who had never used one, getting down without tripping proved more difficult than expected. At least 20 accidents are reported every day, although most are minor falls. Technology advances, but adaptation takes time. Every step is a new adventure. The MO Go are more than just pants. They're an exoskeleton designed to make hiking more accessible and less tiring. Weighing just 6.8 pounds, they provide a 40% boost in leg strength. This equates to feeling 30 pounds lighter while walking. A real boon for those who want to explore without exhausting themselves. During a Bosnian league match, an unexpected striker stole the show. A little dog nicknamed Dognaldo. With great skill, he darted onto the field and even tunneled into a player. If only all intruders were so adorable. The Sloboda Tuzla and NK Posusje teams were dwarfed by his talent. At the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee, ducklings make their way down to the hotel fountain every day from their rooftop residence for a dip. But the most surprising thing is that every morning a red carpet is laid out for them to march on as they leave the hotel fountain. These ducks are a true tourist attraction at this hotel. Elias Herrera not only has a pet, he also has Bruce, a cow who considers himself part of the family. This adorable giant enjoys homemade food, walks around the house, and even takes a dip in the pool. His fans can't resist the cuteness of watching Bruce behave like a dog. Current Concept created the world's fastest pencil sharpener, capable of sharpening a pencil in less than a second. It's so fast you can almost hear the pencil scream in surprise. What's the rush? We don't know, but if there were a sharpening competition, this would be the undisputed champion. Balut is a Filipino snack that challenges the bravest. A duck egg with an embryo inside, hard-boiled and ready to eat. Its texture combines the creaminess of the yolk with the crunchiness of the developing bird. It's sold at street stalls and is usually enjoyed with salt and vinegar, accompanied by a cold beer. While for some it's a delicacy and for others a challenge, it's an essential part of Filipino food culture. The Irrawaddy River dolphin looks like an otherworldly inhabitant with its rounded head and short snout, almost as if it's always smiling. Unlike its marine cousins, it prefers the rivers and coasts of Southeast Asia, gliding stealthily through freshwaters. Its blue-gray hue and bulging forehead make it resemble a baby beluga whale, even though they are not closely related. Intelligent and curious, it is known for its special relationship with local fishermen, with whom it even collaborates to catch fish. In Kenya, Maasai warriors defy gravity with the adumu, a jumping ritual that impresses with its elegance and strength. Without running or building momentum, they raise their bodies in the air, demonstrating agility and endurance. This jumping dance is not just a competition, but a symbol of courage and status within the tribe. In each ceremony, the energy and rhythm of the Maasai chants turn the challenge into a hypnotic spectacle. The Nelore Viatina, 19 FIV Mara Moveus cow became the most expensive animal in the world when it was auctioned for $4.38 million in Brazil. Weighing around 2,425 pounds, it's about twice the size of other specimens of its breed. Its exceptional genetics allow it to develop muscle quickly and have superior fertility. Due to its high value, it is protected by cameras, an on-call veterinarian, and even armed security. In Sagada, Philippines, hanging coffins represent an ancient tradition of the Igorote tribe. This practice involves placing coffins on cliffs, symbolizing the deceased's closeness to heaven. By elevating the dead, the tribe believes they are keeping them away from the dangers on earth. The tradition defies gravity, creating a stunning image on the rocks. Today, this curious custom has become a fascinating tourist attraction for visitors to the region. The Aura Sky Pool, located on the 50th floor of the St. Regis Hotel in Dubai, is the world's tallest infinity pool, suspended 656 feet above the ground. It offers stunning panoramic views of the city, thanks to its location on the iconic Palm Jumeirah. The pool is divided into two zones, a shaded outdoor area with comfortable sun loungers and an indoor lounge and bar that has become the city's hottest spot. A 3,000-year-old Egyptian bust that bears a striking resemblance to Michael Jackson is on display at Chicago's Field Museum. Carved from limestone, the statue depicts an unknown woman and dates back to the New Kingdom period, between 1550 BC and 1050 BC. Although its face has features reminiscent of the iconic singer, the coincidence is merely curious. In southwest China, hundreds of buffalo perform an impressive migration across the Jilin River on April 29th. They swim to an island in the river, where they find lush, green grass. This ritual occurs every year between April and October, when the buffalo cross the water at dawn to graze. At nightfall, they return to the banks from which they came. In Brazil, Lençóis Maranhenses National Park is a unique phenomenon. Although it is called a desert, the reality is that it rains quite a bit in the region, resulting in a stunning landscape. During the rainy season, the white sand dunes transform into a flooded desert, creating crystal-clear lagoons between the dunes. Although they aren't the most beloved of the animal kingdom, rats do have a playful side. They can be tickled. A 2016 study revealed that when stimulated in certain areas, they emit ultrasonic squeals, as if laughing. Their reaction is so genuine that they can even jump for joy. In Turkey, preparing coffee is almost an ancient art. They use hot sand to heat the sezva, a small copper container where the coffee bubbles slowly. This method allows for even cooking, bringing out the most intense flavors. The sand acts as a natural oven, preventing the coffee from burning. Eminem took his love of food to the next level with Mom's Spaghetti, a Detroit restaurant inspired by his iconic song. But he didn't stop there. In 2023, he launched his own line of pasta sauce. Now, you can have a dish with flow without having to rhyme. Yes, just like the verse from his song, Lose Yourself. Can you imagine having Superman's gaze and destroying things just by looking at it? The Hacksmith team made this possible by creating a system of lasers activated by eye movement. In their tests, they were able to pop balloons simply by staring at them. The technology uses eye tracking to precisely direct the lasers. It's not exactly heat vision, but it's definitely the closest thing to a real-life superpower. Yumbo Dump is a brother and sister duo who have turned bodily sounds into a unique show. Using only their tummies and a few objects, they recreate everything from a droplet falling into water to unexpectedly accurate sound effects. Their ability to transform everyday life into comedy has led them to perform on stages around the world. Flexible Eddie is so agile, he seems made of rubber instead of bones. At just 16 years old, this young man from Sierra Leone traveled to China to train with acrobatic masters in Wuqiao, the birthplace of the discipline. His goal is to turn his incredible talent into a career and pave the way for a bright future. Known is the exoskeleton that transforms any space into an invisible seat. Its design allows you to adjust your posture, from squatting to just leaning lightly, perfect for long lines or impromptu breaks. It looks like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's pure engineering. In slow motion, a dragonfly's takeoff is pure elegance in motion. With its 4 independent wings, it can maneuver like a miniature helicopter. They are natural predators and fly with astonishing precision. More than insects, they resemble nature's tiny flying machines. Rowdy, an adorable Labrador, has become a symbol of beauty in difference. At 14 years old, this dog suffers from vitiligo, a condition that has changed the color of his skin and coat. Many believe their eyes have been painted white, but it's just the magic of nature. Their story has taken the internet by storm, inspiring thousands. The Eye of the Earth is a fascinating spring in Croatia, whose intense turquoise blue and hypnotic shape give it the appearance of a giant eye. At 360 feet deep, this natural well is the source of the Cetina River and an astonishing destination for adventurers and divers. Its mystery has yet to be fully explored. From the air, it seems as if the Earth is watching us with a crystalline, living eye. At just 21 years old, Tiger Woods swept the 1997 Masters, becoming the youngest champion. But his greatest feat came between 2000 and 2001, when he won 4 consecutive Grand Slam tournaments, a record dubbed the Tiger Slam. In Guanajuato, the Mummy Museum holds a macabre mystery, naturally preserved bodies that defy time. It all began in 1865, when the first mummies were discovered in the Santa Paula Cemetery, astonishing locals and visitors alike. Today, this museum displays faces frozen in eternity, each with its own intriguing story. The Javan rhinoceros is one of the rarest and most elusive species in the world, inhabiting dense jungles in Indonesia. Its shy nature and camouflage ability make it extremely difficult to spot. With an estimated population of fewer than 100 individuals, it is one of the most endangered mammals on the planet. Unlike other rhinos, its skin resembles natural armor. In China, the Dragon Boat Festival, or Duanwu, honors the poet Ku Yuan with decorated boat races and the traditional zongzi meal. Legend has it that Ku Yuan threw himself into the Miluo River after being wrongly accused of treason. Villagers, trying to save him, threw rice into the water to prevent fish from devouring his body, giving rise to zongzi. Balenciaga shocked the world with its towel skirt, a garment that mimics a towel wrapped around the waist, but with a price tag of $925. Is it a fashion statement or just an expensive eccentricity? The garment sparked debate between those who see it as art and those who consider it an expensive joke. Bees can also be sculptors, and Thomas Libertini proves this with his living art. This Slovak artist designed structures that bees coat with wax, creating unique honeycomb sculptures. With patience and precision, the insects work on their molds, transforming nature into art. One of his most famous works is a bust of Queen Nefertiti, sculpted by thousands of bees. Airplane tires are true invisible heroes, capable of withstanding landings at over 155 miles per hour. They are reinforced with Kevlar and filled with nitrogen to prevent explosions due to temperature changes. Despite supporting tons of weight, they can last up to 400 landings with proper maintenance. The Rocket Festival, or Bun Bang Phai, is a vibrant celebration that takes place in Laos and Thailand. During this event, homemade rockets are launched into the sky as part of an ancient tradition to summon rain and ensure a bountiful rice harvest. This festival, which has roots in Buddhist and animist rituals, is filled with music, dance, and colorful parades. Burkina Faso is home to the Tour du Faso, an annual cycling race considered the African equivalent of the Tour de France. This event attracts cyclists from across the African continent and beyond. The Tour de Faso is not only a sporting competition, but also a major cultural celebration. The Autotram Extra Grand isn't a bus. It's practically a train in disguise. At 101 feet long and with a capacity for 256 passengers, it looks more like a skyscraper lying down than a simple means of transportation. A traffic jam? With this Titan, you're sure to be the traffic jam. Even a school bus would feel small next to it. Some salamander eggs look like something out of a science fiction movie, with their gelatinous, translucent appearance. Those of the Ambystoma genus cover them with a special layer that protects them from predators and dehydration. Additionally, many species are ovoviviparous, meaning they incubate their young before releasing them into the water. This method gives them an advantage, ensuring their larvae have a better chance of survival. In Denmark, turning 25 years single comes with a very spicy gift, a ground cinnamon bath. This tradition, more festive than romantic, is meant to wish luck in love, although some end up more covered in spices than in dates. In 2017, a young man nearly suffocated during this curious ritual, proving that not all customs are so harmless. In Massachusetts, there is a town called Sandwich, and yes, it's police patrol with the motto, Sandwich Police. We don't know if they catch criminals or just those who eat without a napkin. With over 20,000 inhabitants, puns are always on the menu here. Does this goal sound familiar? In 2016, during a Premier League match between Hull City and Leicester, players Abel Hernandez and Adama Diomande performed an incredible double bicycle kick, similar to the one Oliver and Tom execute in the Super Champions, reality imitating anime. This genius hacked Google's dinosaur game using a photoelectric sensor that automatically presses the spacebar when it detects a cactus. Perched on a cliff in Italy, Civita di Bagnoregio seems suspended in time, but its fate is uncertain. Nicknamed the Dying City, its clay soil is slowly crumbling, threatening to make it disappear. Only 8 inhabitants remain in this ghost town, accessible only by a bridge. Its medieval streets and otherworldly atmosphere make it a magical and melancholic place. At Tokyo 2020, sport climbing made its Olympic debut, bringing vertical adrenaline to the top level of competition. Athletes defied gravity in 3 disciplines: speed, bouldering, and difficulty, testing strength, strategy, and reflexes. Without ropes on the boulder or with a stopwatch in hand, every climb was pure spectacle. Snake venom beer is not for the faint of heart, with an astonishing 67.5% alcohol content, making it the strongest in the world. Forget drinking it like a regular beer. Its potency makes it closer to a liquor. Created in Scotland, this beverage pushes the boundaries with an intense flavor and a clear warning: drink with caution. Every August, in Buñol, Spain, thousands of people engage in an epic battle of tomatoes. The tomatina was born accidentally in the 1940s, when an altercation at a parade ended with a tomato throwing incident. Today, the event is so organized that a truck unloads tons of ripe tomatoes onto the streets before the Great War. The Shanghai Maglev is the world's fastest commercial train, hovering above the tracks thanks to magnetic levitation. It reaches speeds of 267 miles per hour and travels 18 miles per hour in just 7 minutes, almost like an airplane on the ground. Its technology eliminates contact with the rails, reducing wear and noise. It is a symbol of China's advancement in high-speed transportation. The pygmy hippopotamus is the world's smallest aquatic mammal and lives in the forests of West Africa. Unlike its larger relative, the common hippopotamus, this animal is much more compact, but shares traits such as tusks, which it uses for defense and digging for food. Despite its size, the pygmy hippopotamus leads an aquatic life, spending time in rivers and swamps. Poland is home to the world's largest castle, the imposing Malbork Castle. This medieval fortress, with its imposing architecture, is located on the banks of the Nogat River, in a strategic location that makes it a historical gem. Its area covers some 21 hectares, making it one of the largest structures in Europe. Do you know the sheephead fish with human teeth? Although their teeth are disturbing, these fish are harmless and pose no threat to people. A dentist would make gold in the ocean. Liang Shi is the definition of perseverance. At 56, he has attempted university entrance 27 times without giving up, becoming a legend in the Chinese entrance exam. Although he is already a millionaire, his true dream is to earn a university degree, proving that learning has no age. His story reminds us that it's never too late to try again. Imagine getting married and suddenly Keanu Reeves shows up at your wedding as a surprise guest. That's what happened to a couple in the United Kingdom when the actor, by pure chance, was staying at the same hotel where they were celebrating their big day. With all his characteristic humility, he accepted the invitation and joined the party. Sometimes, life has unexpected twists and turns worthy of Hollywood. If solving a normal Rubik's Cube is already a challenge, imagine one that changes color depending on how you look at it. The impossible cube takes the difficulty to the next level, confusing both your eyes and your brain at the same time. Every turn is a surprise, and finding the solution becomes a true optical illusion. Only the most experienced cube experts dare to tackle it. Filming The Shining was not only terrifying on screen, but also behind the scenes. Shelley Duvall suffered extreme stress under Stanley Kubrick's direction, subjecting her to constant reshoots and psychological pressure. Her hair began to fall out, her nails weakened, and she spent days crying. Although the film became a classic, her performance was harshly criticized at the time, although her absolute dedication to the role is recognized today. Colmar, in Alsace, looks like something out of a fairy tale, with its colorful houses and cobblestone streets. Its canals have earned it the nickname Little Venice, where boats sail between charming bridges. It's said that his magic inspired the characters in Beauty and the Beast, and it's not hard to believe. In 1950, Juan Manuel Fangio gave a masterclass in skill at the Monaco Grand Prix, winning without a single pit stop. For over 3 hours in the rain, he tamed his car on a treacherous circuit, defying danger at every turn. To make it even more epic, he raced the final 40 laps without windshield wipers, relying only on his instincts. Gino Bartoli not only rode for glory, but also for life, saving hundreds of Jews during World War II. He used his bicycle as a secret tool, hiding forged documents in its frame while simulating training. He traveled between Florence and Assisi as an underground postman, helping those fleeing the Nazi regime. He even hid his friend Giacomo Goldenberg and his family in his own home, risking everything. Richard Gere spent 20 years banned from the Oscars for a speech that shook Hollywood. In 1993, at the ceremony, he denounced Chinese repression in Tibet, sparking tensions with the Chinese government and the film industry. As Hollywood sought to strengthen ties with China, he became persona non grata. In addition to being banned from the Academy, he was banned from entering the Asian country for life. Angus Young turned an insult into his signature style. His school uniform was born from a taunt and became iconic. A teacher told him he'd never get far, but his sister Margaret challenged him to prove otherwise in style. Since then, his schoolboy attire and electrifying stage energy have made history with AC/DC. In Iceland, a dating app called Islendinga app ensures that potential matches aren't distant relatives, preventing incestuous relationships. Using a genealogical registry of 720,000 Icelanders, the app verifies users' family backgrounds before moving forward with their relationships. This unique tool is a response to Iceland's small population, where the likelihood of sharing distant ancestors is high. Niagara Falls is an impressive sight, but in terms of height, it falls far short of the podium. The true giant is Angel Falls in Venezuela, with a drop of 3,212 feet, almost like launching the Empire State Building from the sky. Its water falls with such force that some of it turns to mist before hitting the ground. Sushi Ramen took chemiluminescence to the extreme to recreate a spectacular, glowing Kamehameha. Using a liquid similar to that used in glow-in-the-dark bracelets, they achieved a movie-worthy effect. What normally lights up parties became pure visual magic here. Who needs CGI when you have science and creativity? Pablo Escobar not only built a criminal empire, but also a private zoo on his Hacienda Nápoles, filled with exotic animals like elephants, giraffes, and even hippos. After his death, most of the species were relocated, but the hippos remained and have now formed a wild population in Colombia, becoming an unexpected environmental problem. Andrew Jackson was the first president to be the target of an assassination attempt. During a funeral in 1835, Richard Lawrence tried to shoot him twice, but both times his gun misfired. Poutine is the culinary pride of Quebec and the perfect treat for comfort food lovers. Crispy fries, melted cheese curds, and thick warm gravy combine in this Canadian classic. Born in the 1950s, it's now a national icon that has conquered menus around the world. Who could resist this delicious combination? Singapore's Helix Bridge is an architectural masterpiece that mimics the DNA helix with its spiral structure. More than just a pedestrian walkway, it provides a mesmerizing visual experience with LED lights that illuminate it at night. From there, you get a privileged view of the Marina Bay Sands and the city's impressive skyline. Jane Goodall revolutionized science by living among chimpanzees in Tanzania and discovering that they create and use tools. Her observations challenged the idea that only humans were capable of such intelligence. She also revealed the rawer side of these primates. They can be hunters and engage in violent conflicts. Glastonbury Tor stands like a guardian of time in Somerset, with its iconic ruined tower dominating the landscape. Formed by erosion, its sandstone peak has withstood centuries of wind and rain, giving rise to legends and mysteries. This place is said to be the mythical Avalon, where King Arthur rests awaiting his return. It is also a magnet for spiritual seekers who believe in its sacred energy. To play Catwoman in Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer donned a vacuum-sealed suit that rendered her nearly immobile. Every time she wore it, she felt it took her breath away, describing it as suffocating and claustrophobic. Despite the discomfort, she achieved memorable scenes, such as the whip she mastered without stunt doubles. Her commitment was total. She even learned to catch birds with her mouth. The Chlamydosaurus is a lizard with a spectacular membrane on its neck that it fanned out to intimidate its enemies. It lives in Australia and New Guinea and is a distant relative of iguanas. Its unusual appearance has made it an icon of Australian wildlife and even an inspiration for movie creatures. In the wild, it is agile and elusive, but in captivity, it can live for over 100 years. The bottlenose dolphin has a surprising ability. It can sleep on one hemisphere of the brain at a time. This technique, known as unihemispheric sleep, allows it to rest while remaining alert and able to breathe effortlessly. During this process, one hemisphere is in deep sleep, while the other remains active. The dolphins alternate between the hemispheres, ensuring both get the rest they need. The Finnish passport has a fascinating detail. When you move it, a moose appears walking, paying homage to the local wildlife. This animated effect is a unique feature that makes the passport even more special. Shemika Campbell, known as the Queen of Limbo, has taken flexibility to new limits in this traditional sport. Originating in Trinidad and Tobago, limbo is a challenge in which participants must pass under a bar with their backs to the ground. Shemika, known for her unique skill, attempted to break the world record for the longest limbo distance under 12-inch bars. She also surpassed her own record by passing under 2 SUVs without breaking a sweat. The Tibetan Bridge in Canillo is one of the most impressive tourist attractions in Andorra and the entire Pyrenees. It is a spectacular iron structure suspended in the void over the Riu Valley, at an altitude of over 6,150 feet and with a length of 1,978 feet, making it the second longest Tibetan bridge in the world. In Angola, the official currency is the kwanza, and it has a very peculiar rule. It cannot be taken out of the country. This restriction is implemented to prevent capital flight and protect the national economy. As a result, Angolans and visitors must manage their kwanzas within the country. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, coffee is more than a drink. It's a tradition. Bosanska kafa is similar to Turkish coffee, prepared using a special method in a pot called jezva. This coffee has a strong flavor and is served in small cups, accompanied by a sweet treat, such as lokum, a delicious Turkish delicacy. Imagine buying a house in Italy for just €1. In Olalai, a charming village in Sardinia, it's possible, although there's one small detail: the houses need a complete renovation. The goal is to attract new residents, especially Americans looking for a change of life. In exchange for a real estate bargain, they must restore the homes and help revitalize the community. Sauerkraut is much more than a simple German pickle. This fermented cabbage has a tangy flavor and a strong aroma, but also great nutritional value. In the past, sailors took it on their voyages to prevent scurvy thanks to its high vitamin C content. Today, it remains a star accompaniment to traditional dishes, such as Bavarian sausages. The Newfoundland is a gentle giant with the soul of a lifeguard, originally bred to assist fishermen on the island of Newfoundland. Its swimming ability is legendary, and its rescue instinct has made it a cold water hero. Despite its imposing size, it is a tender companion, always loyal and patient with its family. Its thick coat and webbed feet make it a natural swimmer, ready for any adventure. On the island of Mauritius, there is a landscape that seems straight out of another planet, the Land of Seven Colors. Located in Chamarel, this dune area displays shades of red, violet, green, blue, and yellow without the need for filters. The phenomenon is due to the erosion of mineral-rich volcanic rocks, which create this unique visual effect. In the 1940s, the Davis Divan surprised with its three-wheeled design and futuristic aesthetic. Its aerodynamic aluminum body and spacious interior made it look like a car of tomorrow. With capacity for 6 passengers, its seats were arranged like those on a divan, hence its curious name. Despite its innovative concept, only a few models were manufactured before the company went bankrupt. Kiyomizu-dera Temple in Kyoto is a jewel of Japanese Buddhism with a wooden terrace suspended over a cliff. Its structure, built without nails, is an architectural marvel that defies time. From its viewing platform, visitors enjoy spectacular views of the city and cherry blossoms. Its Ottawa Spring is famous for its waters, which, according to tradition, grant health, success, and longevity. In the town of Churchill, Manitoba, you can witness an impressive natural spectacle: the annual migration of beluga whales that travel the waters of the Churchill River and Hudson Bay. Beluga whales, known for their white fur and distinctive vocalization, migrate north during the summer in search of cooler, more food-rich waters. Victory Day, celebrated on May 9th, is one of the most significant holidays in Russia and other countries of the former Soviet Union. This day commemorates the victory over Nazi Germany in 1945, marking the end of one of the most devastating conflicts in history. Celebrations include grand military parades, where troops march through streets adorned with flags and commemorative decorations. In Lomé, Togo's vibrant capital, is the fascinating Akodesawa Fetish Market, the largest in the world dedicated to voodoo. This unique market is a hotbed of culture and spirituality, where visitors can find a surprising variety of objects used in rituals, such as skulls, stuffed crocodiles, and skins. If you've ever felt that European chocolate is softer and American chocolate has a strange aftertaste, it's not your imagination, it's science. The rules are clear. In Europe, chocolate is creamier because it has more milk and cocoa, while in the US, they use butyric acid, which extends its shelf life but gives it a somewhat peculiar flavor: sweet and silky, or strong and long-lasting. In the heart of Brooklyn lies a gateway to the 17th century. The Wyckoff House, built in 1652, is the oldest surviving home in New York and now serves as a museum. Its walls tell the story of the first Dutch settlers who populated the area. Surrounded by skyscrapers, this country house is a living testament to the past. Deep in the Amazon, there exists a spider that seems to have come from a strange tale. Its body is like that of any arachnid, but its head bears a striking resemblance to that of a dog. This creature is a reminder that nature has no limits when it comes to designing unique beings. Falling Water, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1935, is a masterpiece of organic architecture. Located in Pennsylvania, it's not only surrounded by nature, but also incorporates it into its design with a waterfall flowing beneath its structure. Its minimalist interior highlights the beauty of the surroundings and the sound of water, turning it into a refuge that's as artistic as it is functional. In the middle of Inner Mongolia, Ordos transformed from a desert village into a futuristic city, but almost empty. The discovery of large coal and oil deposits generated wealth, but also an out-of-control real estate bubble. Skyscrapers, giant avenues, and luxury buildings await inhabitants who never arrived. Despite its modernity, its silence has turned it into the largest ghost town in China. The Shiba Inu is a small, four-legged samurai with the elegance of a fox and the character of an adventurer. Bred for hunting in the mountains of Japan, it's agile, independent, and full of energy. Its pointy ears, fluffy coat, and curled tail make it unmistakable. It's one of the oldest breeds in the world, and today, also an internet sensation. In the land of high technology, katanas are still forged as they were centuries ago, keeping the samurai tradition alive. Some 85 workshops in Japan still craft these swords using ancient techniques perfected by master swordsmiths. Each katana is more than a weapon. It's a work of art, polished with patience and fire. Its creation is a ritual of precision, where the steel comes to life in expert hands. In the heart of the Arctic Circle, the Svart Hotel shines like a futuristic ring above the icy waters of Norway. It is the world's first 100% energy-neutral hotel, harnessing every ray of sunlight to generate its own electricity. Its circular design maximizes sunlight, minimizing its environmental impact. The Iqquil cenote in Yucatan looks like the entrance to a magical world, with hanging vines and waterfalls kissing its turquoise waters. Formed by the collapse of a cave, this natural sinkhole is a hidden sanctuary in the jungle. In ancient times, the Mayans used it for sacred ceremonies, and today it is a paradise for swimmers and adventurers. The Hercules beetle is the heaviest insect in the world, reaching up to 4.8 ounces and 6.7 inches in length. Its most striking feature is the enormous horn that males possess, used in combat to impress females. Its color varies between black, olive green, and yellow, while females are usually completely black. Despite its intimidating appearance, it is harmless and feeds on sap and rotting fruit. The tuatara is a unique and enigmatic reptile from New Zealand, nicknamed the living fossil for its appearance, almost unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs. This rare reptile has a third eye on the top of its head, sensitive to light, which makes it even more mysterious. It is carnivorous, nocturnal, and has a spiny crest on its back, hence its name in Maori. With impressive longevity, the tuatara can live more than 100 years and is the only reptile without a copulatory organ. Grenada is home to an incredible underwater sculpture park, a hidden wonder. Created by British sculptor and environmentalist Jason de Caires Taylor in 2006, this park is located in Molinaire Bay, off the coast of Grenada. The collection of sculptures submerged in the seabed has become a sanctuary for marine life, merging art and nature. The giant anteater is like an extra large version of its smaller relative, growing up to 6.6 feet long. Despite its name, it is not related to bears, but is closely related to sloths. With its sticky tongue, up to 24 inches long, it can devour thousands of ants and termites in a single day. Its eccentric appearance and clumsy gait make it unmistakable in the jungle. The legendary Koh-i-Noor diamond, whose name means mountain of light in Persian, has been a symbol of power for centuries. Originally from India, it passed through the hands of various rulers before reaching the British Crown, where it remains in the Tower of London. Its current weight is 105 carats, although it is believed to have been even larger before being recut. Under the Yucatan jungle, the Oxbel Ha system hides an aquatic labyrinth that seems like something out of this world. With over 168 miles of submerged tunnels, it is the longest explored underwater cave on the planet. Its Mayan name, Three Rivers, honors the secret waterways that wind within. Cave divers and explorers continue to uncover its mysteries, revealing archaeological remains and fossils hidden for centuries. In a curious episode of World War II, Japan sent balloon bombs toward the United States, hoping to wreak havoc from the skies. Utilizing Pacific air currents, they launched 9,000 balloons, but only about 1,000 made it. Most landed in uninhabited areas, although one caused the only death on American soil during the war: a family who found a balloon in Oregon. After falling in the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, the legendary Admiral Horatio Nelson had an unconventional journey back to England. His body was submerged in a barrel of brandy to prevent decomposition during the voyage. The story goes that some sailors unwittingly drank from the barrel, giving rise to the expression, "drinking Nelson's liquor." He was eventually buried with honors in St. Paul's Cathedral in London as a national hero. Marta Vieira da Silva is not only a soccer legend, but also the undisputed World Cup scorer with 17 goals. She has led Brazil to the top in 5 tournaments, leaving her mark with every play. Her talent and determination made her the first to score in 5 World Cups, surpassing even male figures. In Colombia lies the lost city of Tayuna, also known as Ciudad Perdida, in the jungle of the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. This ancient archaeological site was built by the Tairona indigenous people and is considered one of the country's greatest pre-Columbian treasures. To reach it, adventurers must undertake a 3-day trek through the dense rainforest, crossing rivers and climbing mountains. Every December 10th, Oslo dresses up to award the Nobel Peace Prize in honor of Alfred Nobel's vision. Unlike the other Nobel Prizes, this one is awarded in Norway, a country that symbolizes neutrality and diplomacy. It was Nobel himself who decided that a Norwegian committee would select the laureates, trusting in their commitment to peace. Sugar gliders are small nocturnal acrobats that glide through trees in search of nectar and sap, their favorite delicacy. With their soft gray fur and large dark eyes, they are perfectly adapted for nocturnal life in Australia's forests. These marsupials can glide up to 164 feet thanks to a membrane between their legs, allowing them to gracefully escape predators. During the day, they hide in hollow tree trunks, camouflaging their shelter with leaves and branches. Cape Town boasts one of the world's most impressive views thanks to Table Mountain, its iconic flat-topped mountain. Dating back more than 260 million years, it is older than the Himalayas and home to unique biodiversity. Its summit, at 3,560 feet above sea level, is often covered by a tablecloth of clouds. It is part of the new 7 Wonders of Nature, attracting hikers and tourists. Additionally, South Africa is home to a colony of African penguins at Boulders Beach. Visitors can see these adorable penguins in their natural habitat and enjoy the beach alongside them. In Tonga, the culture recognizes a unique third gender known as Whakaleiti or Leti. These people are assigned male at birth, but identify and express themselves in ways traditionally associated with femininity. Whakaleiti may dress in women's clothing, adopt feminine mannerisms, and occupy specific social roles within Tongan society. The dugong, a marine mammal resembling a sea cow, is a fascinating herbivore that lives in tropical waters. It feeds primarily on seagrass and can weigh up to 880 pounds. Although they tend to move slowly, they are highly adapted to their aquatic environment. Chile is home to the Gran Torre Santiago, the tallest skyscraper in South America, with an impressive height of around 984 feet. This modern building is part of the Costanera Center complex, one of Santiago's most important urban developments. The Charleston Rhythm is a lively jazz dance that originated in Charleston, South Carolina in 1920 and gained widespread popularity during the Jazz Age in the United States. Characterized by rapid leg and arm movements, the dance involves twisting, with the feet pointed inward and the heels pointed outward. Participants perform dynamic leg swings while bending and straightening their knees. Mali is the only country in the world where the unique Bogolanfini weaving is produced, an ancient technique that dyes hand-woven fabric with clay. This art, deeply tied to Malian culture, reflects the country's rich heritage. However, despite its cultural heritage, Mali faces significant economic challenges, being one of the poorest countries on the planet. It is estimated that 70% of its population lives on less than $1 a day, while less than 10% earn more than $2 a day. Maslenitsa, also known as Russian Pancake Week, is a joyful holiday that celebrates the transition from winter to spring. During this week, Russians enjoy blinis, traditional pancakes served with caviar, sour cream, jam, and honey. One of the most notable traditions is the burning of a straw doll called Maslenitsa, which symbolizes winter and the farewell to the cold. In Eswatini, polygamy is an important tradition linked to kingship, and the current monarch, Mswati III, follows this custom. Every year, a dance ceremony known as the Reed Dance, or Umlanga, is held, where the king chooses new wives from among the country's young women. This event is a cultural event that attracts thousands of people, both locals and tourists. King Mswati III, who has reigned since 1986, currently has 14 wives. In the heart of Copenhagen, Christiania is a world apart, where street art, freedom, and the hippie spirit still live on. Founded in the 1970s, this autonomous community challenges the system with its own rules and an alternative lifestyle. Its colorful streets are filled with murals, bohemian cafes, and an air of peaceful rebellion. Despite government attempts to regulate it, it remains a symbol of counterculture. In Germany, Christmas, known as Weihnachten, is a time full of traditional delicacies. Stollen, a sweet bread filled with candied fruit, nuts, and spices, is one of the most anticipated delicacies during these holidays. To combat the cold, Germans enjoy Glühwein, a mulled wine spiced with cinnamon and cloves, ideal for warming up while exploring Christmas markets. The human small intestine, despite its name, can reach up to 15.7 feet in length, making it longer than an adult giraffe. Its internal surface is filled with microscopic folds and villi that, if fully extended, would cover an area similar to a tennis court. Guinea stands out as the world's fifth largest producer of bauxite, but what truly makes it a giant is that it possesses the largest reserves of this mineral on the planet. Its reserves are estimated to amount to an impressive 25 billion tons, representing a significant portion of the world's bauxite. This mineral is essential for the production of aluminum, a key material in various industries, from aircraft manufacturing to household goods. Although they look like trees, banana plants are actually giant herbs that can grow up to 20 feet in a year. Their stem is not woody, but rather made up of overlapping leaves, making them the largest herb in the world. Each plant bears fruit only once in its lifetime, and after harvesting, a new shoot emerges to replace it. In just a few months, the flowers transform into the bananas we eat every day. In Switzerland, chocolate is not just a treat, but a true passion. The Swiss consume more chocolate than any other nation, averaging 24 pounds per capita per year. This country is famous for producing some of the finest chocolate in the world, and brands like Toblerone have achieved global fame. Thailand holds a unique place in history, as it is the only country in Southeast Asia that was never colonized by a European power. This has allowed it to maintain its own cultural identity throughout the centuries. Furthermore, the King of Thailand, Maha Vajiralongkorn, holds the title of being the richest monarch in the world, with a personal fortune exceeding $70 billion. On Prince Edward Island, Canada, the sound of engines is replaced by the trot of horses and the squeak of bicycles. Cars have been banned since 1908, a decision taken after protests from residents who preferred the quiet. Here, time seems to slow down, and every ride is a return to a simpler era. Finland has been crowned, for the 8th consecutive year, the happiest country in the world, according to the World Happiness Report. Its high level of well-being is due to trust in the government, quality education, and work-life balance. At the other extreme, Afghanistan ranks last, marked by conflict and humanitarian crises. Do you know the Messi clone? Reza Parastesh, an Iranian man with a striking resemblance to Lionel Messi, has experienced curious situations due to his appearance. Often mistaken for the famous soccer player, he has generated both admiration and legal complications due to public confusion. His exact resemblance has turned his story into a media phenomenon, attracting the attention of fans and authorities alike. Agbogbloshie, Ghana, is the world's largest e-waste landfill, receiving waste from Europe and North America. Here, thousands of people risk their health by recovering scrap metal, exposing themselves to toxic and polluting materials. This neighborhood has become a hub for informal recycling, but also one of the most dangerous places for health on the planet. The accumulation of e-waste makes Agbogbloshie one of the areas most impacted by global pollution. Dogs have been an integral part of cinema since its beginnings, and certain breeds have stood out more than others. For example, 562 German Shepherds have appeared in films, thanks to their imposing appearance and ability to follow instructions. Airplane wings undergo rigorous testing before their first flight to ensure their flexibility and strength. These tests include subjecting the wings to extreme forces, such as bending them to angles that simulate the most adverse conditions during a flight. Wing flexibility is crucial for safety, as it allows the aircraft to adapt to changes in air pressure and turbulence. In Nagaizumi, Japan, is the world's smallest park, measuring just 8.5 cubic feet. Although its size is ridiculously small, this space has been officially recognized as a park. The place, which might go unnoticed, is an example of how even the tiniest spaces can have purpose and meaning. This park is a curiosity that attracts tourists and locals alike, who marvel at the idea that something so small can be considered a park. The Talladega track, one of NASCAR's most iconic circuits, has a 33-degree bank in the corners. This bank allows cars to maintain high speeds without going off the track. While it doesn't seem like much when the cars are whizzing by, it's impressive from another angle. In West Papua, the Korowai community inhabits the tallest tree dwellings on the planet. These structures are located at a height of approximately 115 feet, and their construction responds to the need to protect themselves from wild animals and insects. Furthermore, by being located in the trees, they are further away from potential threats on the ground, creating a safe and isolated environment. The tallest Santa Claus statue on the planet stands at an impressive 69 feet tall and is located in Águeda, Portugal. This imposing sculpture was created using thousands of LED lights, which illuminate with a vibrant glow. Its size and luminosity make it one of the region's most notable attractions. Jai Matsueda, a Japanese artist, creates three-dimensional sculptures that play with the illusion of movement, capturing frozen moments. His works, which appear to be in motion, challenge the viewer's perception and create a sense of dynamism. This artistic approach is an example of how technology and creativity can combine to produce works that transcend the traditional limitations of static art. Have you heard of the diving bell spider? The diving bell spider has the incredible ability to create an air bubble underwater using its silk. This bubble acts like a natural lung, allowing it to breathe by absorbing oxygen from the air trapped inside. It is the only spider species that is fully adapted to the aquatic environment. Although most spiders live on land, this one has evolved to hunt and move underwater. The tow landing maneuver involves a helicopter landing using only the tips of the landing gear skids. This method is common in rescue operations in difficult terrain, where space is limited. The precision and skill required to perform this maneuver are impressive and demonstrate the versatility of helicopters in critical situations. Swipit Hub has introduced a case-shaped device with interchangeable batteries that charges a smartphone battery in just 10 seconds. This revolutionary invention solves one of the biggest problems for smartphone users: battery life. By swapping a dead battery for a full one, users can continue using their devices without interruption. Chris Laurie designs glass springs, works that are beautifully fragile. These pieces combine the delicacy of glass with the functionality of a spring, creating objects that are both artistic and ingenious. This work is an example of how traditional materials can be transformed into something completely new and surprising. In South Korea, there is a unique theme park called Restroom Cultural Park, dedicated to the history of toilets. The park houses sculptures of ancient toilets, talking toilets, and exhibits on the evolution of sanitation. Founded by a former mayor known as Mr. Toilet, the site is also notable for its feces sculptures and traditional Korean toilets. A striking cultural experience that celebrates the development of something so essential to our daily lives. And that's all for you awesome people. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content.